I'm back. I did a little something. I'm back. Okay. Totally practiced that. Let me zone in for real quick. The loneliness epidemic is fake. If you are lonely, they fucking got you. Because if you live in a city or a metropolitan area, which is probably most people, if you live next to people, if you live near people, if you live next to and near people, and you experience loneliness, it's like, how? It's like, if you think about it, like, how? It's a psyop. It's a psyop. Honestly, it's a psyop. Being lonely is a psyop. I just saw two flies having sex. I saw them mating. It was interesting. It was kind of cool. I don't know. Anyways, I've been trying this new thing where every time I go out of my house, every time I leave my house, I make eye contact with the people around me and I smile. And I smile a genuine smile, like a real smile. And the reactions are interesting. You know, most people don't make eye contact, first of all. Second of all, when they do make eye contact, sometimes they'll smile back and it's nice. And it helps when you're already smiling. Like if you're already like kind of smiling and you wait to make eye contact with someone and then you smile, it's better that way. It can't be like BS, like it has to be kind of genuine. Sometimes I do a BS and it's like the eyes never lie, you know what I mean? The reactions end up being genuine as well. It's nice when people smile back, and more people smile back than don't smile back, because if someone's already making eye contact with you, like even if you're in people's periphery, like people still see in their periphery, right? So if like you don't want to make eye contact with someone, you can make that choice to not make eye contact with someone, you know what I mean? So most people don't make eye contact, but when they do, or they see me smiling and they make eye contact and they smile, it's like, yeah, sometimes they don't smile, but when they smile, it's really nice and genuine and beautiful. But sometimes it's also like today, I was walking, my phone died. I had just fixed my phone because it was broken for a while and I was using my friend's phone. And then my phone died. So I was walking home, no music, phone dead. And I do that sometimes. It's a meditative walk, so I'm just meditating while I'm walking. I see someone on their front porch and he has a very contemplative, I'm assuming pronouns here, very contemplative look into the distance, look off into the distance, and you can tell he's really thinking and pondering something important. It's a solemn look. It's a solemn, sad look, and he has a beer in his hand, in his own glass, and my hand is shaking again, and so is my microphone. Interesting. So yeah, I made eye contact with him and I smiled just like I always do, and he gave me a fake smile. And it happens sometimes, but his eyes didn't smile, you know? That was interesting. Sometimes people fake smile at me, but it's like a lighthearted fake smile, and your brain doesn't really know the difference if you smile, you know? Your brain is just gonna be like, oh, I'm smiling. But yeah. So it's nice, though. This one time, the other day, I got someone who was already smiling. They were already smiling. Was I on my bike? I think they were on their bike, or I was on my bike, or maybe we were both on our bike. And she looked like a she for sure. And she smiled. She was already smiling. When I looked at her, I was like doing what I usually do, and she was already smiling, and that was cute. We made eye contact so quick and we smiled so big at each other. It was so sweet. Like, it was so sweet. She was like a blondie girl, like a blondie, kind of maybe auburny. Is that an auburn blonde? Is that a thing? It was cute. It was cute. I really liked that moment. when I'm biking and I smile at people, it's funny because it's like I'm so quick and they're walking. So they usually don't have the time to like respond or react, and they are usually making eye contact with me because when you're on a bike you're going so fast, people like to look, people always like to look. If you're a biker, you know, if you're a biker, you know, bikers love to look at people's faces. And like I've made eye contact with so many bikers, especially on a bike as well. um, it's cute when it happens at the same time, but when you're going really fast, people like to look, and people just naturally tend to make eye contact because it's eye level, right? So when you're on a bike, you make eye contact with a lot of people, and if you're biking in a city, and yeah, so it's fun when I'm on a bike because it's like people just see me like going so fast, and like sometimes I'm wearing like pretty dresses, and I'm always a vibe. I'm like dancing. I'm literally on the bike like this. I'm dancing. I'm dancing on the bike. I'm like this. Ever since I learned to bike with no hands, I'm like, but I'm not that good at it yet. So I'll usually just put one hand behind or both hands behind on my seat, and where I'm just going. Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. Yeah, smiling on people, smiling to people on the bike is a lot of fun. Hi, Venus. What do you have to say to the people? Venus just gave you guys a kiss, a nose kiss. Um, Biking and making and smiling at people is fun because I see so many people when I'm biking and making eye contact with people. I see so many people always smiling. I'm like, am I? Sometimes I don't make eye contact with them because it's a lot of people and everyone's looking at me at once. So I'm just a vibe. I feel like me, a dancing vibe, a dancing orb. Like it still is like a smile, you know, because I'm like being myself. I'm being genuine. I was talking to someone from Toronto, my friend from Toronto, and she was saying like, oh, I love people in Montreal because they're just so genuine, like they're just literally doing them, like they're just being them, like so genuinely. And I was like, oh, okay, bet, let me be myself more. Like I didn't know that's something that's like rare, like it's like a rarity. um so I'm like dancing. Yeah, when I was at the concert the other day, I was dancing at Willow, and I was being like, I was like I was excited, like I love, that's my girl, you know what I mean? But people were staring at me. People love to stare at me because I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm just having a good time. Like I'm crazy because I'm free. To be crazy, to be cringe, like to be cringe is to be free, but to be crazy. um Anyways, so yeah, I love smiling at people. It's really nice because some people are really like, some people it makes their day, you know, if they catch a genuine smile and then you get them to genuinely smile back, like it's really nice, I feel like. And whenever I interact with people in the store, I am always smiling. I say goodbye. Instead of saying goodbye, I say stay blessed. That's something I've been doing recently. I've been wanting to do it for so long, but now I'm actually doing it, which is cute. I say stay blessed, and they always smile and laugh a little bit. Like it's really cute. Sometimes they don't do anything. Sometimes they're like, whatever, you know, and it's fine too. Like that's fine too. That's great too. Like it's cute because I love both of them, you know. I don't love, obviously it feels nice, like it feels nice when someone smiles back and like has a genuine response, but it didn't feel like even less nice to like smile at that guy that was just on his porch contemplatively drinking a beer. Like it didn't feel less nice, like it felt still nice to do that. And it feels still nice to say stay blessed to people who just like brush it off and don't respond to it either. And like the other day I walked into my local donut store, and I was like, hey babe. I was talking to Paley. I was talking to my friend Paley. I was like, because when I was talking to him on the phone, I called him babe. I was like, are you open today? Because it was Canada Day. I was like, are you open today? He was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, thanks, babe. And then I told him I'm gonna walk in and say, "Hey, babe," and I did, and he like didn't react. He like didn't react, and, and I like froze. I was like, "It's funny. It's funny." And then I was like, "Okay, so I want this stone. I want this stone. I want that donut." It was funny. That was hilarious. I'm starting to get to know the people who worked at that donut stall. Oh my gosh. My thing, man. Yeah. So basically, smiling at people has also just gotten me to be like more like I don't give, I gaff. I gaff. Which is nice. Like I went out with my bonnet the other day. I was still smiling at people with my bonnet on. I went out with my bonnet, which like when like a couple years ago I used to go out like in my neighborhood in my boxers literally in NDG, but NDG like you're never gonna see someone you know, except for the one time I did go out in my boxers and I did see someone I knew. But it was just like it was just lucky, so it was cute. Anyways, yeah, I used to go out with my boxers. I used to go out with my boxers on, and that was fun too because I was like shameless. And I would just do that to go to the depth though. It's like 2 seconds away. It's like down the street, like that's chill. But and like I would still do that in the winter. I would just put a coat on. So like you know what I mean? But um yeah, I went out with my bonnet on and I was still smiling at people, and I smiled at this one black person with locks, and we held eye contact for a while. We held eye contact for like a second. Like it's a little bit, you know what I mean? It's cute. And then we walked away, held eye contact, smiled, two genuine smiles at each other. It was cute. And then I continued walking. I'm just flirting with life. Like at a certain point, you're just flirting with life. So how can you say there's a loneliness epidemic when literally there's people outside? There's people outside. There's literally people outside to talk to interact with, to exchange. So I'm never gonna get it. Like, I challenge you. I challenge you. I challenge you to go outside and interact with the people there. In a genuine way. In a genuine way. Not a fake way, in a genuine way. And even if that doesn't mean smiling for you, like you don't need to go. Sometimes if you're in a good mood, then yes, go out and smile at everyone. Like that's beautiful. But if you're not in a good mood, you don't need to fake. You don't need to pretend. I don't either. I just try to be in a good mood when when there's trees all around me. I try to stay present, and that's not like be in a good mood. There's no such thing as being in a good mood. It's only being present in the moment. You don't have to be in a good mood, but can you be present in this moment? Because in this moment right here right now, if you're outside walking somewhere or transitioning places or whatever, like can you be in that moment without thinking about the next moment? You know, the next moment is there, it's still coming, it's still there, it's still coming. The past moment is still there, it still happened, but can you be in this moment? Because in this moment, there is no reason for us to be lonely because we're interacting with people. In this moment, it's me and you. There's no reason to, you know, especially with strangers. Like, if there's strangers outside, then you have friends there. You know, it should be that way at least. It should be. I know that that's not how it feels for a lot of us. Like, I know. But at the end of the day, like, we are co-creating this moment together, even as you as a stranger, me as a stranger, us walking past each other on the street. We are neighbors. Like, love thy neighbor for real. Like, we are neighbors. Like, these are our neighbors. These are our people. This is our community. People forget what it actually, like, what a community actually is, what it means. What it means to be in a community, because a community is not everyone in your area that is black or sorry, not me singling out the black people first. No, sorry. Community is not everyone in your area that is the same race as you, or the same sexuality, or the same gender, or the same age, or the same classmate, or the same like field. Like, that is not what your community is. No, that's not where your community is. Your community isn't all the, like, it's not just that. It's not just that. Yes, those are different facets. Those are different little facets and sections of community, but your community is also the people outside that are just next to you, your neighbors, your actual neighbors. That is actually also your community. And you can't just ignore that community. You can't say you're all about community if you're ignoring that community as well. The way that we co-create every single moment that we are in, every single relationship that we are in with the people around us, that is community. And it's easy to forget that in this world where community has been sensationalized word to mean your group. What? It's not what it means, because that's back to individualism, that's back to separating groups from each other, that's back to fucking like segregation, that's back to like blindness, to like that's where it leads. If you only care about the people who are from your country, or from your race, or from your gender, or from your orientation, gender, sexual orientation, color, like, if that's the only people that you're worried about, then that's not what it actually means to be a good community member.
The reason that we're taught to devalue friendship is because if we actually valued friendship, we would actually have community, which would end the crisis of loneliness, which would end the stranglehold that authoritarianism has on us. We are alienated, and we are lonely, and we can't talk to people about our problems, so we believe in ideologies because they don't let us down. We curate worldviews that reinforce the fact that it's somehow cool to not have to contend with your own pain. What friendship does is actually make community real so that people don't need to worship politicians. They can just go talk to someone in their life. They don't have to go back to abusive families because they have other families.